Welcome back to Apple Tree Allotment. Down here today we've got another big job to do on the new plot. We're going to do this second bed here, ready to plant the garlic. So I did the onions last week, 2 beds, and there was 50 in each. So they're looking good, still look nice how I left them, so that's good. No, don't look like I've had anything burrowing in it or anything. Yeah, so this week it's turn for this bed to get the garlic. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take off these wooden surrounds. The wood at the bottom seems to be okay, so I might leave that on. I'll have a look, see if that's how rotten that is. Ideally I want to do the same 2 beds, and at some point I'll put decking around it to make it a nice raised bed. But while I'm waiting to get the wood sorted, I want to get the garlic in. So yeah, I think I'll take off definitely the cross posts if they'll come off, and maybe the uprights if I can. Try and leave this bottom baseboards in, just try and keep the soil in a little bit, and I'll do the same. I'll put a path down the middle, 2 separate beds. I've got cardboard to go on the bottom. I went yesterday and got some more soil improver, so I've got another 5 boxes of that, and I've got a big bag of compost that I can spread half on each side, and then we can plant the garlic. Otherwise, in the allotment, not much more jobs to do at the moment. A little bit of clearing, a few weeds about, but not many. Pumpkins are over now, squash are ripening. I'm slightly concerned about the potatoes. I think they might have a bit of blight on one of the beds. I guess we'll just have to see how far we can get with them. Might have to dig them up early if they do all get blight. And likewise the courgette plants, the same as I've got a bed at home as well, and the ones here and at home are both starting to get mildew on the leaves. Although they're still producing, I picked another 4 at home today that were quite good size. Yeah, so they're still producing, but yeah, definitely starting to get to the end of their season. Yeah, so I'm going to get on. I brought down a screwdriver, electric screwdriver, so I'll first try and get these edges off. Taken the first couple of screws out of this corner. My word, they weren't messing around when they built this. There's some pretty big screws. They come out all right, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So that's the bed without all the wood surround. So I ended up having to saw these 2 off just because there were so many screws and they were stuck in. I don't need any of this supports anyway, so it's just a lot quicker way to do it. I've left, they look like old scaffold planks, some of these. I've just left them in for now, just to help retain some of the soil until I can build something nicer. I'll use decking again like this. Yeah, while we get going, that will do. So next up, take this plastic off, this fabric off, and just clear up the bed the best I can. Give it a rake over, get the things off. Hopefully having this on for the last few weeks has saved me a bit of a job. Yeah, it's not too bad, look, just some dead grass. So yeah, I'll pull that off, give it a bit of a rake, clear it up. I've cleaned it up a bit now. It's actually surprisingly good soil. Under, don't know if you remember earlier in the year, it was just all weeds right up. It's amazing how good the soil still is. I know this allotment at one point was a really nice allotment. The guy still has another plot here. In fact, I think he has the fruit bit over there that's got all the strawberries in. And I know he works really hard. But yeah, this soil is actually really nice, and I probably could just plant straight into it, but I'm going to carry on doing my beds the way I like to do them. So I'm going to lay down, I've got some cardboard in the shed, so I'm going to lay down as much as I can on the 2 sides, find a bit of plastic or weed fabric for the middle, yeah, create the 2 beds, and that'll look quite nice, hopefully. I've got the cardboard down, so box either side of these nice big IKEA boxes, and I've got the plastic. It was actually the end of the sheet I used on the other side. I just cut it in half and made a nice path. So next up, I will probably, I'll go and get some bark chips from the big pile and make the path up. Then we can get some soil on. There is a few gaps on this side in the boxes, mainly where the kids have made things out of the cardboard box at some point. But I think that's okay because the soil's pretty weed free and good anyway. Yeah, let's go and get some bark chips. That's the path in. Next, I'm going to put in the soil improver from those boxes over there. Try and put about half on each again. All the soil improver is on, so 2.5 boxes on each side. It's starting to look quite smart now, isn't it? Yeah, so I've got so the soil improver stuff is good for sort of bulking it up, but it definitely needs some compost with it. So I've got a big bag of compost from B&Q I bought a little while ago. It's 100 litres. Yeah, so I'll try and put half on each. Just give them something to grow in. And that's the finished bed. All the compost on, so half a bag on each. We're going to put garlic in this bed. So once, as I put them in, it should mix in a little bit, and obviously worms and stuff will bring it in as well. I've got these 2 packs, so there's two bulbs in each. See how far they go. So I think they're both the same. So yeah, both the same sort. Had very limited choice this year, but I took what I could get. Yeah, so the next job is to plant all that up. Try and spread them out equally between the beds. And then of course I've got the bag left over, nice big bag. So I'm going to put it down on here. I'll cut it open in half, put it down the path, cover the weeds up, and put some more bark chip down. Seems to have done a pretty good job on the other side, using that method. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll just finish off this little bit of path. At least that side looks nice and clean then. I've got my 2 garlic bulbs out of the first pack. I'm just going to split them out into the individual cloves, and then I'll line them up, spread them out on the bed so I know how far apart they need to be, and before I pop them in. I've pulled them apart, and there's 30 cloves in those two bulbs. So I guess we'll do maybe 3 lines of 10. I've got them all laid out. It worked out quite nicely, about 10 centimetres apart. Yeah, so I'm going to push those down. It says about 3 centimetres, so I'll get them in and start on the other bed. We've got all of our jobs for today done. We've got all the garlic in the new bed. So I ended up, there was just slightly less than, there was about 27 or something in that side. So yeah, 30 in this side, about 27 that side. So yeah, getting on nearly 60 bulbs, 60 cloves. Yeah, so that's all done. It looks really nice. We just finished off the path down here, laid that bag down and put some more chips down. I need to get some more plastic and finish off some of these paths. But once this tree's gone, I'll be able to make that into a bed and sort that one out. We used the weed fabric that was on that bed, on that garlic bed, and we just covered over. I raked up this area, got rid of all the weeds that I could, and we've just covered it up. So over the winter, probably that'll clean up the weeds, ready for doing something with it. I'll probably do another there'll be a couple of beds there. I don't know which way. I might try and keep them the same way, I guess, to make it look nice and carry on the path down. Yeah, we'll see what evolves. That's the plot 1, all looking tidy. That's probably as much as we'll do for this year, I guess. We'll probably carry on cleaning over here. I'll get some more weed fabric and or plastic and clear out all of that side, get rid of that compost bin, clear all that up, and then when we can I'll get some wood and make some more raised beds. And then on the other side, plot 2, we've got courgettes. We picked some courgettes off there. The chard's looking good, growing away nicely. I did see that one that was missing, I just found, has come over here, so it looks like it's been dug up by something. Potatoes, I'm a little bit worried about the potatoes because these two have definitely got blight, so I might dig these up and see if there's anything in them. This bed so far looks okay, and the other bed mostly looks okay. Yeah, I was hoping for a good crop there, but we'll see. There's definitely some potatoes in there, so not all is lost. We've got the spring onions. We're going to start using them this week. We've got some recipes this week to use them. So they're still growing away nicely. And the leeks, I'll probably thin out some of these leeks and put in this bed here that had the Monge 2 peas in. We've just cleared this up today, just got the weeds out and just sort of raked over the top just to get the last of the bits and pieces off it. But yeah, I might top up a little bag of compost in there and maybe transplant some of the leeks or something. I think we're probably done for this year in terms of planting, sowing. Definitely veg anyway, maybe get some more flowers in. Yeah, I might be able to put some of the leeks in there. The beetroot still looking good. There's a couple of rows of chard that we sowed from seed. Just see the little chard plants in 2 rows. It's coming up, so they might sort of grow away over winter. The 2 Three Sisters beds are done now, so yeah, I've just got the vines left on them at the moment, but I'll clear them up at some point. The squash plants are doing really well. So earlier in the year I didn't think I had got any squash, but they've come on really well, and I think there's about eight good squash on there. Might be more little ones, but there's certainly some really big ones, and there's a couple that are probably nearly ready. Got some ones that are this one's a little bit green still. There's a few over here, but the bigger one I think is probably a week or 2 away from being able to pick. This one as well. Yeah, so there's loads under here. These ones are much greener, so yeah, there might be a few more weeks yet. Yeah, I reckon there's 3 that are not far off. That one's pretty much there, I think. Certainly with a little bit of time on the windowsill or something, they'd be done. So that's it. Quite a lot done this week. It's always nice to achieve some stuff. Yeah, hope you enjoyed having a look around. Hope you're enjoying lots of harvests at this time, and look forward to talking to you next week.